Good Saturday morning, and God, I do thank you for the opportunity just to say, God, I thank you. Now, I know a lot of us don't really pay attention to what's actually going on with the normal everyday of current events, our government, so forth and so on. This time of year, we're in the holiday season. We are caught up in the playoffs are right around the corner concerning football, college football. Playoffs today is going to be a lot of the championships are going to be played. My Florida Gators are not going to be in the postseason. A whole lot of different things that are going on for us to be entertained. But then there's the other part of things that are going on. And it's creating chaos and misinformation. We're in a place where I was listening throughout this week. The CDC, Center for Disease Control, based in Atlanta. They were having a meeting. On a norm, this would not even be something we would even be keeping up with. It wouldn't even be a conversation because they do what they do and we keep it moving. But they're talking about removing certain vaccinations that would be given to newborn babies. My concern there, why now is it an issue and it's something that needs to be discussed or changed when it comes to our babies? Let me take it to the other side. Before I say this, I do not, my way of thinking, have a right to tell a woman what she should and shouldn't do when it comes to her body. Follow me. You're wanting to take something away that's been given to babies for quite some time and run the risk that this could end up backfiring. But you're willing to take that chance. But you was ready to go to war, a civil war in this country, over the right for a woman to make a decision about abortions. Something to think about. You are not allowing media to report certain things or what they feel should be reported. You're wanting to give them basically what you want them to have, and this is all you can talk about. And if they didn't sign, they were not allowed to be a part of the reporting staff. It's more to the story, and I apologize, but I'm giving you enough and you got the gist. Am I saying to you that the media does not report incorrectly? No, I am not. But we get enough that we can actually make a decision on what we should listen to and what we shouldn't listen to, and what's true and what's not. I'm being told that inflation is a hoax. So I'm going to keep saying that. I don't do the grocery shopping in my house, but I do go to the stores and I buy certain things, and I can tell that my money isn't going as far as it used to go. So common sense says to me, inflation is a problem. A door was opened up at the beginning of this administration concerning tariffs. Most of us didn't even know what tariffs was, but we do now because that's what was being forced on us. And it's not working in our favor. I don't care how you dress it up, how you want to paint the picture, what you want to say, depending on who you choose to believe, it's not working in our favor. Back to the inflation. That's a part of it. Jobs are being lost. all these different things. We're in a situation where we're in a war in the Caribbean because drugs are trying to be kept out of getting to the U.S. on boats, these little small boats. And we've got the Navy shooting the boats with missiles off of the carrier. Little small boats. Make that make sense. And we're being told stories. I'm ex-military. I fought in a war. So I understand if they're not a threat, we have a responsibility as a country of what we're supposed to do. At that time, we rescue them, we make sure they're safe, we make sure they're fine, and they become a prisoner of war. That's how it's supposed to work. We don't kill unarmed people. But we're being sold stories to justify it. Chaos is being created so that stories can be sold, so that we can continue to move down a path to get us back to a place that we had no voice. The Department of Education is being dismantled for one reason and one reason only. If I can alleviate your ability to be educated and possibly ask the right questions, then I can control you. Everything is happening for a reason, and they're not concerned about how we, the American people, are being affected, because it's for the greater good. Let me help you out with the greater good. The Gilded Age. If you're not familiar with it, please look it up. I want you to think about what I just said. I asked you to look something up. This administration doesn't want certain people sharing or reporting when it comes to news media, because it's going to bring questions. They don't want you to look things up. They want you to follow their lead. They keep saying the same thing over and over. Reminder, inflation is a hoax. Think about that. Now, to the adults in the room, you're spending money. How far is your money still going? It's not a hoax. This is reality. How many households are not sitting at home right now or sometime through the course of the day and thinking about or looking at their bank account and trying to figure out how we're going to maintain? How many of us are not thinking about this healthcare issue that's right around the corner? We've got leadership who represent normal, everyday people. And because the top of the leadership doesn't want something when it comes to healthcare, and for the record, to the ones that are listening, it's called the Affordable Care Act. It's not Obamacare. It was named Obamacare because he happened to be the president. And oh, by the way, it was a Republican plan. Get the whole story. But we've got leadership who's wiping everything away. That's the plan that has anything to do with people of color. So if they were to go back and say they got rid of the Affordable Care Act, and they came back and they gave us the same exact thing that they took from us, and they changed the name to Trump Care. Why did I just say that? Well, I'm not putting wrong information out. I'm giving you information that was shared by a president. It would be fine. And then we will have certain people who we don't do the research. We don't read. We don't see what we need to see to understand that nothing changed except the name. But he moved someone out of the way and he disrupt livelihood because I want me to be what everybody talks about. And then the story's going to be sold. Look what I did. And when the truth shared, nothing was done. It was technically rebranded. Let's wake up. Let's understand what's going on. Let's stop with the separation and realize we're being destroyed for the benefit of one. And he's got a following so that it can be said, look what I did. President Biden is no longer the president. He has nothing to do with what we're dealing with at this moment. This falls on our president, not our previous presidents. Put the responsibility where it goes. I can understand we want to be right. We all want to be right, but we're not, because we don't have all the answers. But if you made a decision to fall in line and follow this leadership, it's time to actually look in the mirror, look in your wallet, look at your household, and recognize, you know what? It wasn't a good move. How do we fix this? The big thing now is the gerrymandering. Okay. That's based on the leadership. This is what they're doing. But the thing about the gerrymandering, we can get around that. How do we get around that? Pay attention to who's doing what. And when it comes time to vote in the midterm, doesn't matter how the district has been redistricted, you still can vote based on right and not party. I just wanted to come on this morning and just attempt to give us something to think about, because we're in a situation that's not going to get any better anytime soon, because the plan is to break us down to absolutely nothing. Turn our way of thinking away from what we know is right to what we're being told is right. I know it's been a little lengthy, but if you made it to the end of this, if you took the time to listen to the whole entire thing, my hopes again, I gave you something to think about. We need to start talking more, not just about the things of entertainment, but about the things that's going to allow us the opportunity to continue to move forward and help the ones that are coming up behind us. We have a responsibility. Be blessed on this Saturday. Wake up and start becoming more informed, and stop falling in line and listening to what you're being told. And the last thing, going back to the vaccine situation, we're all living fine, the majority of us, based on what the scientists decided was what was best for us, and we're here. We followed their lead. And I just want to add this last thing. I don't take the flu vaccine. I chose not to once I got out of the military. I'm not against it to whomever chooses to do it, because in my house, my wife made it her business, and she still does to this day. But when the kids were there, they went and they got the flu vaccine. We didn't fight over that. I just chose to leave it alone. It's not the end of the world. Then change or say anything about the flu vaccine. It just says, I'm choosing not to. Then say I'm right or wrong, because I'm not right or wrong. I'm giving you my opinion. Stay in your lane, or ask the right questions before you alienate people because they have a right to choose. You have a right to choose. Allow others to do the same. Be blessed on this Saturday.